Hello everyone, it is me, yours truly. So today I wanted to talk about a little bit of an airsoft myth going around. And that is, if you dry fire your gun, it will strip your gear set. And that dry firing is inherently bad for like an AEG. And I don't really agree with that. And so to explain my point of view, I have to explain how an airsoft gun works. So these are the three gears in your airsoft gun that essentially power the whole thing. This right here is the gear that touches the motor. It then translates the power to this, I think it's called the spur gear, and this is the sector gear, and this is the bevel gear. And the sector gear grabs your piston. As you can see here, it will grab the piston by the pickup gear. It will continue to go, and then there will be a spring that is placed right here that gets inserted inside of this piston, and it will, once the final gear touches, it'll launch forward, sending air through the cylinder, through the piston head, and into the nozzle, which will then send all that air through your hop unit and onto your barrel and out of the gun. So this is how the nozzle retracts back and forth using a tappet plate connected to the nozzle. Usually there is a spring right here that will then reset everything. And this is your little like sector delay chip. Usually it will look like this. It'll be like a little nub. It'll grab the tappet plate, and then when it does its full rotation, it will launch forward. You see? And then it'll do that over and over and over again. So where does the BB come in? So the BB is usually fed in between the nozzle and the hop unit. So it'll go through there, it'll feed in through the hop unit, and it'll come out. So how does a gear set get stripped potentially if the BB is not at that point? And the answer is it doesn't. This will continue to spin regardless if a BB is in the chamber or not. This does not know if there is a BB in there. It does not concern itself at all with if there's a BB inside of the hop unit, or if there's a BB in the barrel, and if there is like a BB anywhere in the system. As long as the BB somehow didn't make it into here, it literally does not fucking matter. Sorry, my birds are making a lot of noises right now. So, what does happen if you dry fire an airsoft gun? So if you dry fire an airsoft gun, the only thing that happens is that the nozzle will just go in and out of your hop unit, and really nothing happens, other than you're just not shooting BBs out of it. The only way you can really strip a gear set is if your spring is way too torquey for the quality of the gears that you have. So if you're using some like really cheap Chinesium like gears, it'll rip the gear off. Let's say if you're using like a plastic piston like the one in the example here. Let me cycle this through so the piston can come out right here. And people think when they say, oh, I stripped my gears, really they stripped this. And most airsoft guns come with a plastic piston. Well, not too much anymore, but this will strip after so many uses, and that's why people use a full metal rack piston for this. So it's like, it's very strange that there's this idea that like dry firing an airsoft gun is bad. I just think that using an airsoft gun is bad in itself, and it's going to require maintenance at one point or another, and that's really what's going to happen. So other than that, like, there's really not much that I can say on this. I think I've explained everything pretty thoroughly. You guys have a nice one now.